Welcome to the Results Podcast. It's great to be back. My name is Steve Mills, and I'm here to share with you some tried, tested, and proven ways to grow your business. That's what I'm all about. That's what I've spent 25 years of my time, a quarter of a century of time, money, and effort learning how to grow small businesses. And do you know what? In that time, I've made probably more mistakes than you have. But what I have done is also found out what works, and importantly, what doesn't. Because let's face it, with marketing, it's probably not that you're doing the wrong marketing. It's far more likely that you're doing the right marketing in the wrong way. What do I mean? Well, I mean that, so often business owners say to me, well, I've tried doing email, Steve. I've tried LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't win any business from it. And yeah, we've got a website, but we don't win any business from it. And, are you really telling me that in 2020, in the age of digital marketing, that you can't win any business from social media and you can't win any business from your website? Give me a break. It's not that you can't, it's just that you haven't. And why haven't you? Well, that's what this webinar is, this podcast. I'm on a podcast, Steve, not a webinar. What this podcast is all about. It's about, why? Why is that? And I've come up with a couple of reasons. The number one reason I think for lack of business success is that the owner of the business and or the person or people responsible for the marketing of the business simply aren't good enough. They're not good enough at selling and marketing. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time, if you're responsible for selling in your business, how much training have you done? Did you do in, the last 6 months? If you're like most business owners that I speak to, the answer is absolutely none. If we go back the last 2 years, then the answer is probably none. And the same probably applies for marketing. The chances are you've done none or very little training in it. And do you know what? Marketing's changed a little bit in that time. It's changing all the time. I find it difficult as a full-time marketer and leading marketing expert, if you will, to keep up to date with what's happening. And yet you as a business owner haven't done any training at all, probably for many, many, many months. And if you have, you've perhaps gone to a networking event and had some local marketing guy try and help you or do a 40-minute training session on LinkedIn, and it simply is not good enough. So the number one reason I think that businesses fail is not being good or good enough at selling. If you could sell more, could you get rid of every other problem in your business? You've got HR problems, you've got people problems, you've got, health and safety problems. If you had enough money in your business, you could get rid of all those problems. Businesses fail due to lack of sales, not due to lack of knowing the money in their accounts. That does happen, but fundamentally it's about a lack of sales. So if that's number one, that's the number one reason why businesses fail. What's number two? Number two is not understanding number one. No, I'm joking. It's actually not taking the time to do it. If you ask me what is the main reason, I've worked, as I said, 25 years. I've worked with literally thousands of businesses, been on my workshops, attended my webinars, worked one-to-one with them, worked as part of a group. They've done, we offer an outsourced marketing service. They've done that. Oh, and by the way, if you interested in any of that, if you go to www.stevemills.co, you can find out all about it. So where was I? Oh yeah. So, businesses, don't have the time to do what they say they're going to do. And in 25 years of working with small businesses, in thousands of businesses, in hundreds of industries, if you ask me what is the number one reason that that marketing is not successful, it doesn't get done. It doesn't get done. Or it doesn't get done anywhere near to the level it should. I hear all the time people telling me things like, well, I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't really do very much. Or I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't really understand it. Or, oh yeah, we do email marketing, Steve. We send out a quarterly newsletter. Or, yeah, I tried pay-per-click advertising on Google. We did it for a couple of weeks 2 years ago, and we spent £10 a day, and it didn't really work, so we stopped doing it. Do you know what? It's just, it's crackers, is the truth. It's absolutely stark raving mad. And if that's you, then, now is the time to start to take this serious. It's like me saying, I want to be the world table tennis champion. And but it's not really working out. And you saying to me, well, what are you doing, Steve? You say, well, I have a practice once a fortnight for an hour, and I'm just not getting any better. It just ain't gonna happen. You've got to get your arse out there and get whatever it is you're doing. Do more of it. If you could 10x. 10 times your effort, you'd probably 10 times your results. And, do you know what? That's about the difference in the effort that you're going to have to take if you want to be seriously successful. And if you don't, if you stay as you are, you're going to get the same results that you've always got. And I don't know what your results are, but if they're not as good as you want them, then, now's the time to start to think about taking action, doing something. And obviously, if we can help, I can train you what to do. I can mentor you. That could be on a one-to-one basis. It could be part as a group. It could be online. Perhaps you're in a different country to me and you want to do it all online. I can train you on our online results program. Perhaps you're suffering from the second thing, and you sort of know what to do, but you just don't have time to do it. Again, come and talk to me. We'd be very happy to work with you and help you to implement. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my podcast. 2 biggest reasons. 1 is not being good enough at sales and marketing. You need to become better at it. And 2 is not taking time to do it. So thank you ever so much for listening. Again, if you want to know more from me, go to www.stevemills.co. Thanks very much.